Absolutely. Well, Archer Place really represents what our community wants and needs. And I say that because our community has been asking for a place like Archer Place. We have professors, we have physicians, we have individuals that are moving to our community each and every day, and they want to live close to the university. They want to live close to downtown. They want to live close to the retail and amenities that are there. Archer Place brings that professional place, the level of quality that they're looking for, and in a location that's exactly the desired location for many that are moving to the greater Gainesville area. Absolutely. We've watched mixed-use communities become extremely successful in our community and in our city. It's the desire of people. People want to live, work, play, and be able to have the amenities close to them. They don't always want to have to get in the car, but knowing that they're centrally located and they can get there, it just makes it even better. I think really the key factor that a lot of people are coming is really the environment. You find a culture that's very diverse. You have people from all over the world that live here in a community that we call the Greater Gainesville region. And it's really anchored by the University of Florida that probably was the attraction for a lot of people to come from all over the world. They get here, fall in love with it, and stay. You have beautiful environments in terms of nature with the prairie, the parks, the springs. That's just really warming to people, and people travel just to come and visit those places. You have an incredible healthcare. When we look at healthcare, many people will market their area for medical tourism. We don't do that, but it happens anyway. We have one of the largest VA systems in the nation that spans territory from like Tampa all the way up into South Georgia. We have the University of Florida, UF Health, that is just expanding and continue to grow, and really just one of the top institutions from healthcare, from everything. We just heard about the National Cancer Institute designation that they have over there also. Then we have HCA Florida, North Florida Hospital that's here that does an incredible job. They're expanding so much that they built 2 new floors last year. They were full, and now they're building a totally new hospital on the corner of I-75 and Archer Road. And so for us, we see all these different amenities that are tied to a culture where you have the arts, the humanities, you have galleries, you have a lot of engagement, and you have tons of people that enjoy being outside and getting to know each other. Well, UF and Gators, they're the anchors. So many of us came to either work for the university, attend the university, or somehow tied to the university. And so that was the opportunity for us, and we got engaged with the spirit of the Gator spirit, which is a competitive one, to be number one. I tease people, we were number one. We were the number one party school many years ago when I first got here, and now we're the number one top public institution from education. We've always taken pride in being the best at what we do, and that's that Gator spirit. Well, our anchors really, we have a term that we call EDS and MEDS. So that's education and healthcare that are key in this community. We also have the biotech sector. And so we're watching that growth in that sector. We also have the addition of a lot of what we're calling a new sector of artificial intelligence, machine learning. We're really moving in that area. And for us, as a community, we want to make sure as a chamber that we're supporting those initiatives and spreading and building the infrastructure to support those into the future. Absolutely. So, we have something that a lot of our residents are very familiar with, is the Brain Institute. Incredible. There are research and different things happening there that aren't happening anywhere else in the world. We're also very familiar in terms of a lot of the labs and the research. UF is spending over $1 billion in research, and that's happening in this community each and every day. And so all those researchers and those individuals are here. We have, the largest freestanding cancer institute that's happening here, and they're continuing to hire and hundreds of individuals from the top institutions around the world and bring to this area. We're very excited to continue to build on that whole research and incubators. We have an incubator in our area, in the Gainesville area, that's been the top incubator 3 times. This is in the world, not just nationally. They've won the top incubator 3 times in the world. And we found out that through incubators, from a business standpoint, it's one of the best ways to support young businesses and help them continue to grow and flourish and be successful. Those are beautiful areas, and we love them in our state, but we also know they're very crowded. I mean, I love to go and visit them, but I'm always excited to come back home to Gainesville. And so we have a lot more land. We have the intellectual property, we have the capital, we have the infrastructure that can support more growth. It's tough in those communities because they're so populated. And so you're dealing with expenses in those areas to start a business, to grow and build that infrastructure. It's much less here, but you still have the advantage of all the technology and the university. So, overall cost is much less because you just have less demand. Wherever you have more people, you're going to pay more. I look at New York and I notice that a lot of the people I see moving from New York are moving to Miami, and they're used to paying those higher prices, and it's still a deal for them, versus coming here. So the example would really be, you look at what you're paying for housing, what you're paying for everything is a lot higher than what you'd get in Gainesville. And so many times people can come here and get a lot more for a lot less. A lot more land, a lot more house, a lot more opportunity. So 10 years, I see a totally different Gainesville, and it's going to be one that's a lot more connected and unified because we're watching that population growth. So to give you an example, in the last 5 years, we've watched our nation grow 2.7%. Our Gainesville metro area in that same period has grown 22.4%. We don't see that slowing down. And with the growth, we also see that the need, it's going to help us have some of that density that we haven't had before for a more vibrant downtown, more engagement, a walkable, livable community between our downtown and our university. I think it's going to play a tremendous role. The last 2 times that report came out, we were ranked in the top 5. It's really wonderful to see that now, we're ranked the #1 university coming out from that Wall Street Journal report there. And it's really exciting because when people love being by winners, and they love being in places that are moving upward. And that's showing the progression that the University of Florida is happening, what Gainesville's happening, and the whole greater Gainesville area. So we're seeing that benefit, not only our university, not only the residents and the businesses around here, our retailers, everything else. We're watching them move, and they're getting ranked high also in terms of distribution and sale of goods in our community also.